Hello, Chipari here. I just want to take some time to talk about a lot of the rumors and theories that are going on in the video game industry. And really, it all boils down to that there are companies that are making moves. So you got movers and shakers, and that's what's going on right now. Everyone planning for the future, a all digital cloud-based future, and who has the most valuable IPs. And that's what it really comes down to. Of course, you've got Nintendo that has made a kind of a silver bullet against emulation with respect to shutting down Yuzu and Citra. You've got Xbox in terms of Microsoft kind of hinting that they're going to go fully multi-platform, reducing the number of exclusives because, again, they're going to a more all-digital future in the next couple of years. And then PlayStation or Sony, of course, doing their own thing with respect to shutting down a lot of the offices globally that they do not need as they focus and re-strategize for what will be a more simplified structure for their upcoming or next generation platform. Now, I'm going to pivot over to the whole Star Wars aspect. So in the case of Disney, they've already made their deal with Epic Games to, of course, have licensing, to have characters, to have a part ownership of Fortnite, of what Epic Games is going to be producing for Disney. Disney will have more of a controlled aspect to what happens with their video games than they've even had before. So that impacts, of course, what's going on with EA and Ubisoft. And the rumors are out there, as established by Star Wars Theory, as they're hearing from on their YouTube channel, that there is going to be kind of a moratorium on what EA has been doing with Star Wars games, what Ubisoft has been doing with Star Wars, because what Disney is planning to do is to take those over and turn them over to Epic Games and have that more of a partnership rather than licensing these out to EA and Ubisoft. It's, again, all about IP ownership. So in this case, the rumor is that these companies, Ubisoft, you've got EA, that have a 22% licensing fee that's applied to these games that Disney is now raising to 33%, even for the those in production games like Jedi Survivor and Star Wars Outlaws, that it's just too insurmountable, too unmanageable for these companies to make any type of profit or break even on the production of these games. So after the third entry of the Jedi Survivor series, most likely you have EA that'll pivot back to their own IP ownership. And with Ubisoft, we have Star Wars Outlaws, and that could be a one and done entry. With Disney, of course, taking on those properties back to be managed with their partnership with Epic Games, and they're going to be implementing their own processes with respect to implementing their technology of Unreal and use of the Volume, which is a technology that they use for their live action productions, all integrated together to create a gaming experience owned, controlled, overseen by Disney. So again, these are just some quick thoughts. It would be a shame that, of course, we'd lose out on these properties. EA, even though they had their challenges with the Battlefront series, I think they had the opportunity there to get things better, and they have been working towards better experiences with their games. But the thing about Disney is that they seem to kind of integrate themselves into the video game industry. It doesn't work out. They pull out. A couple of years go by and they decide to jump back in. And this seems to be a case where they're jumping back in, but they're jumping back in smartly rather than insourcing everything. They're making partnerships and building equity internally so that they've got a better leg in the gaming industry. And with Sony and Microsoft, it's kind of the same thing. Big moves for this all digital, all multiplayer, all online future. And to go back to the whole Nintendo of it, in terms of them going after emulators, that's nothing new. Going after Yuzu and going after Citra and shutting those down. Well, of course, there'll be continued attempts at emulation. This is mainly an attempt to, I would guess, that Nintendo wants an opportunity to be able to expand their software subscription service so that it includes some of these older games from the Nintendo catalog, from the 3DS catalog, that can only be experienced in their platform. So it's meant to slow down, it's meant to hinder, it's meant to restrict the emulation community. It's also meant to stop consumers from moving away to emulation as opposed to continuing to buy and purchase from themselves. So they build up a case, they work it for years, they get that silver bullet, and they head out legally through the company that was emulating, creating the emulation software for Citra and for Yuzu. So those are just some of my thoughts, guys. It's sad that we're moving away from physical and going to all digital. It's sad that some of these companies that have been doing a good job with some of these IPs are now being forced to, go about their own IP ownerships and unfortunately lose out on bettering those opportunities for Star Wars and the like. So that does it for me, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.